right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kadosh, double honor city, apostle, others, grand millstone, who will teach well, Wa Barakathon, to the hopeful elect. All right, now today through the Howard Kadosh, Holy Spirit, those Gms Dallas finger bros, we're going to be going into how Esau's kingdom must go down before the Lord's kingdom gets set up. Because ultimately, the Lord set it up for a lot of time for all of these nations to rule. You see, and also for us to learn the ways that He learned that the ways of man is not the right way. And then the Lord is going to show us the right way through Yahushua. When Yahushua comes to take down Esau's kingdom. You see, but ultimately, the time of the Gentiles is going to be fully fulfilled after Esau has his last rulership. This is the end. This is the last ruler of the planet Earth that's not Israel. You see, because according to prophecy, you know that the kingdom of the Lord is going to last forever. This
is the book of Luke, chapter 21, and verse 24. It says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and they shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Yep. And Jerusalem, it said Jerusalem, man. Which ultimately, you know, those four nations that ruled, you see in the time period of when it goes to the book of Daniel, those were the southern kingdom captivities. But right before that, the northern kingdom went into captivity as well. The Lord scattered us amongst these different nations, and these Gentiles are what? 9 Israelites, man. You see, but ultimately, when the time of the Gentiles gets fulfilled, the Lord is going to take them out of power and put His people in power. You see, and that's what we got. That's the main thing that the prophets will be speaking of: the downfall of Esau, Edom's kingdom, the downfall of this wicked kingdom that we're in, man. Because also, Baba Kashai get that word kingdom in the blue letter, because there can't be multiple kingdoms ruling at once. Before the Lord sets up His righteous kingdom, He has to take down the one before that. And the last one to rule, according to prophecy, will be Esau's kingdom, man. You see? You got it.
Okay. You said kingdom.
Got it. Kashai. So you go into that definition, when you have understanding on what a kingdom means, you'll realize that multiple people can't have a kingdom at once. You see? Because a kingdom goes into like royal power, sovereignty, or domain.
It's that Greek word for kingdom, Strong's G932, says Baswela. It says royal power, kingship, dominion.
Dominion, royal power, man. So the dominion right now is giving us Esau Edom. How do we know that? Well, we go it's like 6. Then you read all throughout the scriptures, man. Job 9:24. Who is the wicked? Esau Edom, man. You see, and if you don't know who Esau Edom is, that's the so-called white man. He's really red. That's who the Lord created to be the man of sin. That Satan like man, that bestial man that will come in the spirit of Satan. That's Esau. And he has the dominion right now. But before the kingdom gets set up, he has to be taken out of power.
It says a kingdom, the territory subject to the rule of a king.
Because when you go into the etymology definition of it, it's like a king's domain. So the domain where his territory is, a king's territory. You see, and if there's a king, you got to have subjects that he rule over, man. You see? So right now, Esau's subjects is all the rest of these nations. Ultimately, the nation of Israel. So before the Lord sets up the righteous kingdom, where all the subjects are going to be under Yahushua, Esau's kingdom has to go down. You see? Now we get that's it. 6.
Yes. Second under 6 and 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
God said Esau is the end of the world. You see, this age of these heathen ruling is going to end with Esau Edom. We read about that in Luke 21st chapter.
I forgot that word times. Going back to Luke 21:24, it says until the time of the Gentiles. This is that Greek word times. Strong's G2540. Kairos. It says due measure. It says a fixed and definite time. The time when things are brought to a crisis, the decisive epoch waited for.
The time when things brought to a crisis. When the Lord takes them out of power.
Day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Oh yeah. Because guess what? A lot of these nations had their little time where the Lord visited them in judgment. You see? Where they got taken out of power. So we're in the time period of Esau getting visited by the Lord right then. When you look at prophecy, We know that after Esau's kingdom, it's not going to be no other nations ruling again. It's going to be Israel's going to rule forever.
Okay. This word for crisis, it says a time of intense difficulty, trouble, or danger.
Woo! And the day, and what does the scripture say? Obadiah 1:15, man. It reads, "For the day of the Lord is upon all the heathen, man, so they can give recompense for all they done to the nation of Israel." So the day of the Lord ain't gonna be sweet to no heathen nation, especially no damn Esau, man. You see, and that's what we're prophesying about. That's what we're hastening. We're hastening the Lord to come and bring judgment on this beast, this lawless ruler. We ain't want Yahushua to come and be the righteous ruler, the true king of the earth.
Okay. It's Sirach chapter 10, verse 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Esau clearly ain't profitable, man. What has been pushed out during his rulership? He's done nothing but deal unjustly when he did different pacts with all your nations. He's afflicted the Lord's people out of the Lord's eye. He's destroyed, he's attacked life at every aspect. Like my brother brought out last time, this nigga's attacking seeds. See, you can't even find no seed and fruit. We go into the sword, man. And then you look at all these different idols, that spiritual fornication being pushed out. So that's death. Death culture is what Esau pushes out, man. And that's why the Lord got to take him out of power, because as long as he's ruling, death is going to continue to flourish. Everything's going to continue to be messed up until the Lord takes him out of power. That's what the saints will be looking for.
Yeah. This is Sirach chapter 19 and verse 19 is going to your point. It says, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. And Esau, as you were just saying, basically he pushes nothing but death, because it says the keeping of the commandments, the keeping of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of the way of life, which is the way of life. And Esau is completely contrary towards that. That's why Scripture says, if the Lord is shorten the days, that then no flesh will be saved, because all he does is push for death, and he'll get to the point where he'll destroy his own damn self. But yeah, that's why.
Real quick for you get that. That's why government means to steer the minds of the people. Now, what did Esau steer the minds of the people into doing? Because doctrine goes into your teachings, your saying, your teachings, ways of life, right? What did Esau prescribe to make everybody subscribe to? The ways of death, man. Two of the same GNDERs being with each other. Fake foods, everything artificial, man. You see, everything, pushing every other idol except for the Lord, the true power. Because ultimately the Lord can give the spirit to do it anyway. But ultimately he's still fulfilling being a wicked. So you got to get judged for it, regardless if he wants to be it or not. Because Esau is trying to be like the nation of Israel, but the Lord didn't create him to be that. But ultimately, while he's in rulership, what are we seeing him pushing out? His doctrine, he's teaching the ways of death, man. That's why the Lord is going to come and take this man out of power, because he did that to the rest of these other kingdoms. When Sodom and Gomorrah was doing what happened? The Lord rained fire and brimstone on him. When Egypt was afflicting the Lord's people, what did the Lord do? He brought plagues upon Egypt, man. You see, the Lord brought plagues on Egypt. He killed the majority of them, killed the firstborn. So that's what he's going to do to the spiritual Egypt right now. You see, you reap what you sow, and Esau has reaped nothing but death. He done nothing but do evil toward the nation of Israel, so he's going to get that recompense.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 23 and verse 1. It says, it says, now these be the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, said, and the man whom was raised up on high, the anointed of the power of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel said, the spirit of Yahweh Bashar spake by me, and his word was in my tongue. The power of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of the Most High.
God said, he that ruleth must be just. Hey, how about Yahushua? Hey, Yahushua was speaking to David, man. He told him that he that ruleth must be just, man. Because who set up who's in rulership? The Lord is. See, Esau didn't get power by himself. The Lord set him up as being king, ultimately just to punish us. Also to show us the example of how not to rule so we can rule forever. Esau ain't meant to rule for eternity. That's not going to happen because that's not how prophecy says it's going to play out.
Because this of course it means a lot coming from King David under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, because really the Lord pretty much set King David's kingdom up as the epoch or as the standard of what all kingdoms should look like. This is why when Yahweh Shah comes, he's coming to sit upon the throne of David, man. You know, because that's the standard of the governing world. So David himself is telling us the standard, all right, that the Lord is pleased with in order to rule over people. He says, he that ruleth over men must be just. All right, just means that you operate with checks and balances. It's an equal, right? It's equal. Balance. It's a balanced kingdom, man. All right. It says ruling in the fear of the Most High. And that's the basis of it all, ruling in the fear of the Lord. You see, because when the fear of the Lord is established, you know, in a reign, right, that does what? It mitigates sin. It mitigates abominations and wickedness, man. You know? You got it, bro.
God, that's what we're supposed to be perpetrating out. That's what we're supposed to steer the minds of the people to do. That's why when the Lord puts the law, statutes, and commandments in the nation of Israel's inward parts, we're going to be doing it. Isaiah the 2nd chapter. It speaks on how the law is going to go forth out of Zion. That's going to be that everlasting, eternal kingdom. You see, but first, this kingdom has to go down. And also, the Lord is showing us the example on how not to rule. Can a brother get 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 6, Baba Shai?
I got it.
Ultimately, his kingdom we're in right now, like Esau, he took on that perfect example. He did just like Sodom and Gomorrah. You see, he didn't learn from it. He did the exact opposite. He did worse. The scripture speak about Sodom and Gomorrah. See what these niggas was doing, they'll repent. But see, Esau took it too damn far. So if the Lord rained fire and brimstone, that motherfucker still got burnt, still jacked up. If the Lord did that to Sodom and Gomorrah and America's worse, what is going to be the result of this kingdom, man? It's going down, according to prophecy.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse, just get to the point, verse 6. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
An example, man. You see what the brother says. It says, he that ruleth shall fear the Lord. If you fear the Lord, that means you're gonna be thinking of applying his judgment before you make different decisions. Before you push out decrees on people, before the way you govern and steer the minds of everybody. You're going to be thoughtful, oh, I want the Lord to judge me. That's not in the mind of Esau either. That wasn't in the mind of Sodom and Gomorrah. So what happened? The Lord brought that kingdom down. That's what we're getting ready to see with Esau's kingdom.
This is Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. It says, the pride of my heart had deceived me, that had dwelt in the cliff of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh Bahashemashah. So it's going to like you were saying, you know what I'm saying? Because Esau see how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. But here Esau, his pride is deceiving, because he's like, I'm doing the same exact thing, but the Lord not going to touch him. But we're seeing in these times that the Lord is going to do the same thing he did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, but worse unto Babylon, worse unto Esau's rulership. Because of pride in her. Scriptures, let's say the scripture. Yeah.
Esau took hold of the scriptures, man, which is even worse. He took hold of the scriptures. He made false images of men in the scriptures, man. So he got to get judged for that. That's blasphemy, man. Making yourself to be a so-called God. You see, that's gonna lead. That's why the Lord's gonna take his place down, because Esau has exalted himself to think that he's on the same level as the Lord. What did Nimrod do? They tried to build him. They tried to build to that. To heaven, man. And the Lord brought that shit down, man. Esau has more pride than these nations. So we're going to see this man go down. And what's going to be the result of him going down? The kingdom being established. Yeah.
This is Revelation. Just laying back off what you said. Revelation 20, verse 7. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, God and Magog, to gather them to the battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
God, it said that after that 1,000 years. Why? Because during 1,000 years, Esau was bound. He got raised right back up. He's brought back, under Great Britain. He had all these other Edomites coming to power. What? This nigga got back to the power and deceived everybody again. He brought that left-handed wickedness over to the whole planet Earth. Everybody has subscribed to Esau's ways. That's why it says Babylon's fornications reached all the nations, man. But guess what? It says to deceive everybody. That's why you got brought in power. Ultimately, his overthrow we're in the time period of his overthrow. There's only a lot of time he's supposed to rule. Ain't gonna go into it.
Yeah, it says to gather God, it says Gog and Magog to gather them to the battle. The number of whom is at the sand of the sea.
God, that's gonna be the main nation that destroyed Esau is Russia, man. You see, this military, there's a reason why the Lord gave Russia the ICBM nuclear missiles where it can shoot 11,000 miles and almost reach the middle of America. It can reach the middle of America from right here. That's why the Lord gave them ICBM missiles that can reach all the way from Russia to the middle of America and destroy damn near all of Texas just one. The Lord gave him that type of technology because he's gonna be the main one to destroy it. You see, the Lord has made Esau so stupid that he gave, which really they're Edomites too. Like all these nations have nuclear capabilities because of Esau, and the Lord's gonna use all these nations to destroy this place, man.
Right.
Oh yeah, somebody can get Daniel.
Yeah,
You get yours too.
I'm going to get this.
Yep.
This is Proverbs chapter 12 and 19. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment.
God, lying tongue, but for a moment. That precept that is that Job 25. The joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. So Esau is not going to rule forever, man, because he's trying to go against what the Lord said. The Lord gave the instruction, he gave the way on how you're supposed to rule and govern the kingdom. You see, when you go against that way, that's going to lead to the Lord making you be overthrown, man. And that's why all these nations would never rule forever, because they weren't given the way to be able to please the Lord. That way was given to the nation of Israel. So guess what? The Lord had to go through all these captivities to see all these different wrong ways. For when we get the kingdom, we'll have the right way, and we'll be able to rule forever.
Ultimately, also too, bro, because just adding on to your point, because sin is ultimately the reason why we ended up at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak. And it's always been the reason why every nation has had their downfall. And the reason why, one of the reasons is that the kingdom of heaven is going to be forever is because we have those new bodies. We made perfect.
God's laws are not equal parts. But the main thing is, the point we want to sit down is, Esau's kingdom is going to be brought down before that happens. So, once Esau's kingdom goes down according to prophecy, you're going to see those men, they'll come up in there. That's Revelation the 11th chapter. Once we get that new bodies, it's no more other nations ruling. That's what we're waiting on. That's what we're hastening. I'm trying to get that. You read just Sirach 10 verse 8.
Yeah.
God, that goes perfectly what you just said.
It's a Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
God, because of injuries, riches, and unrighteous dealings. What's unrighteous? Things contrary to the scriptures. Sin, transgression. So that's all these other nations can do is transgress. Because they're in these bodies like us. But even within that, it wasn't given the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is only for the nation of Israel. So all these other nations, they were set up to only have a little time. You see, that's why we started off with Luke 24th chapter, because it shows you that those other nations were just set up just to punish us, man. They weren't meant to be ruling the world and governing the whole world. They were meant to have a little time to punish us, and that's it. That's why the first captivity in Daniel 7th chapter, the Babylonians, man, that 70-year captivity out because Judah was going off. The Assyrians took over the northern kingdom because they was going off. Let them had not been going off, then that wouldn't even happen. But we already know ultimately we set us to be brought to Yahweh Shai. So we would have to end up going off, man. You got the Daniel up? Daniel chapter 7.
I'll go.
Oh, you got it. Yep. Daniel 7. I started 13.
Okay, this is Daniel chapter 7. That's all right.
God, yep.
Okay, this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. It says, and I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds to heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him before them.
Yep, that's talking about Yahweh Shai. It's the Ancient of Days, that's the Most High. You got it.
Verse 14, and there was given him dominion and glory and the kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him.
All people, nations, and languages, man. Because when Yahweh Shai's kingdom gets set up, it's going to be eternal, and he's going to govern every single body. It's not going to be nobody that's not according to that. The Lord will have rulership over. He's going to rule all these nations. That's what we're getting ready to see happen. But the main nation got to take over first. Esau, he has that power over all these nations, man. All these wars being orchestrated by the elites. All this stuff we see happening, the elites are controlling it, man. Because Esau is in power. But the Lord's getting ready to take this man out of power.
That's why Scripture says he's going to wound the heads of the heathens, man. You know, because in order to, you know, take out the whole system and take out the whole body, you got to get the head. You know, so who's the head of the heathens? These Edomites. And the head of the Edomites is these damn Amalekites. That's why the Lord said he will have war with them from generation to generation. Right? A lot of light has been shed upon them. You know, ever since this truth has been going out hard, you know, since 1969, you know, but especially here within these past few years, man. A lot of dirt, a lot of these Amalekites, you know, secrets are being, you know, discovered. You know, case in point, what just happened this past week, and damn gutter rats climbing out the damn, you know, out the sidewalk and shit. You know, that's just a microcosm of what the Lord is doing on a broad scale. But it's Daniel 7:14, and there was given him dominion and glory and the kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
God, the dominion is not going to be taken from Yahweh Shai. You see? You just got 17 about Shai.
Okay, Daniel.
Can I read that in NLT?
God, yes, sir.
Daniel 7:14 in the NLT, it says he was given authority, honor, and sovereignty over all the nations of the world. So the people of every race and nation and language, would obey him. His rule is eternal. It will never end. His kingdom will never be destroyed. And that word sovereignty really stood out to me because we haven't been sovereign since the time of King Solomon, really. You know what I'm saying? After that, it's just been a perpetual cycle of captivity after captivity after captivity for the nation of Israel. You know, but that's ultimately going to be reestablished again once and for all, as it was intended to be from the foundations of the earth. All right, once Yahweh Shai comes back and establishes everything, you know.
I can add this precept, you know, particularly what the brother just read in the NLT right there, Daniel 7:14. This links up to Psalms, the 72nd chapter, you know, which was a psalm of David written unto Solomon. And it speaks about him, you know, ruling from sea to sea, you know, crushing the heads of all those that oppress his people. Because Solomon didn't do that. Solomon, he only ruled from the Levant region, from the Nile to the Euphrates. But this Solomon, right, which is Yahweh Shai, right, the first and the last Adam, he's going to rule the whole world and rule everybody in it, man. You know, so this is that time of refreshing coming up on this earth once more and forever. Sorry. You said skip down to verse what?
17.
Okay.
Verse 22.
This is Daniel 7:17. These great beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth.
Now, when you read Daniel 7 chapter, it goes to 4 beasts that are ruled, which they would have dominion over the southern kingdom. You had the Babylonians, you had the Medo-Persian Empire, you had the Greek Empire, you had the Roman Empire. Now, the 4th beast would be revived, which would come to form of the empire we're in right now. That empire we're in right now is going to be the last heathen rulership, which had the northern and southern kingdom in before the Lord will come back and set up his kingdom. That's what it's basically about to go into. It's going to describe the 4 beasts. And then it's going to go into how the Lord's going to take down this beast, man. And then that's when the kingdom is going to get the saints are going to get the kingdom's possession, man. Got it, bro.
Okay. Daniel 7:17 again. These great beasts are four. These great beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
The saints are the Israelites. The Israelites are going to possess the kingdom. You see, they're going to be the ones to take the dominion when Yahweh Shah receives his dominion. He's going to ensure that amongst the governing body. You see, which is the 144,000. Then you got the rest of the elect that are going to believe. You see, that's who the kingdom is going to start with. They're going to rule the house of David being risen back up. You got it, bro.
Verse 18 again. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and forever. Verse 19. Then I would know the truth of the 4th beast, which was diverse from all the others.
It's the Roman Empire. And it says diverse from all those different. You see the way the Senate ruled, and then they had a real rigorous way of dealing with the people. The draconian laws goes to the Roman Empire. You got it, bro.
It says, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured, break in pieces, and stamped the residue of his feet.
Yep. Yeah, it took on a lot of the the ways of the Grecian Empire, it was more rigorous. It was more harsh. You see, and that's what's being revived now. This kingdom we're in right now is taking on the same format as the ancient Roman Empire, the revised Romanian Empire. You gotta go.
Verse 20, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows.
Yep, and it's talking about this going into ultimately its revival. Now, the one that's talking about right here, that horn that came up, that had eyes, and spake very great things, talking about America, man. And it's boasting against the Yahweh Bashem Shai. It's coming in a spirit of thinking he's above the Lord. You see? And those other Edomite dominions, which that goes into the whole 3 fell. You see? But the main one going to is America, Babylon the Great. And it says more stout than his fellows, because this is like, that's why Joe Biden said this is like the most greatest kingdom that ever rules planet Earth. Because it literally has its inspiration is really inspired. Everywhere you go, everybody's looking up to America. They want to be like Babylon the Great.
And they fear it.
Oh, yeah.
It's known as the hammer of the earth. Jeremiah 50 and 23, I believe. That's how it's more, another way how it's more stout than his fellows. Because, even though we know America's going to be destroyed, right, you got to give credit where it's due. Hey, America's got some fucking artillery, man. But nonetheless, this was going to make it so powerful, miraculous when this place is taken down, because it is the hammer of the earth, but the Lord's going to break it.
Actually, too, if I may, when you go into that word stout in the Hebrew, Strong's H7229, Rob, right, which means great, Babylon great. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to point that out.
God, yeah, man, it's just like ancient Egypt. You see, ancient Egypt was known as there was some dudes back then, man. People weren't gonna just come and attack Egypt. That's how Esau got garrison. So in ancient times, it's called garrisons. They got garrisons fucking everywhere. Like they got military bases and shit everywhere, man. So the nation, nation wants to attack America. They got some niggas over there for you. So that's why they're so scared to attack America, because they know how harsh that military is. Got it, bro.
God, Daniel 7 and 21. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them.
So Esau had a lot of time to jack us the hell up, man. The Saints are Israelites. You see, and we're in that last moment of him jacking us up. But the Lord's ready to take dominion from this dude and give us the ability to get recompense on him, man. To get revenge. A parent might make the younger sibling, man, go hit him back. The older sibling can't do nothing about it. Well, I guess the Lord going to give us power to the point where we're going to get our lick back, and you ain't going to be able to do shit about it. And then the Lord will wipe your ass out. You got it, bro.
God, Daniel 7 and 22. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And that the time, and the time came that the saints possess the kingdom.
Now, what did we just read earlier? It said that the saints of the kingdom shall possess the kingdom forever. They're not going to lose the kingdom, man. So this is the last kingdom before there will be any other. So all these heathen nations ruling, this is the last one. This is talking about Esau Edom, man. You see? This is talking about Babylon the Great. All right? And this dude is going to be taken. Once his rulership gets taken down, the Israelites are going to possess it forever. And that's why we're fighting so hard for it. You see? It, like a immortal life, and also an immortal rulership to rule forever, to never go down again. That's what we're hasting. That's what we're fighting for, man.
I can say it, but this is taken Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. I don't know if y'all brought it up. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows."
I read that earlier. That's experience. Esau is the end. This age of Esau is going to be the end of this world power that he has. This age of time period of the heathen, the time period of the Gentiles is going to end with Esau. And no other nation is going to raise up ever again, man. The Lord is going to rule forever. But this is the last leg. This is the last one that's to rule for the Lord of his kingdom. But I'm going to shot, somebody get Obadiah. I know we had it earlier. Yeah. We had it earlier, Obadiah 1. Yeah. Probably like the last verses. Let me see. I know 21 is the point. We can get a couple verses.
You said you want the last word? Or you want the one
last verse point.
That's the point?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll just get that one.
Okay.
It says Obadiah chapter 1. Was only one chapter. Obadiah 1, verse 21. And Savior shall come.
Start at the verse prior, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start at verse 18. It says over that 118, and the house of Jacob should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
We gonna burn and devour their ass, man. We're gonna take these motherfuckers down. That's why the scripture speak on arise ye and thresh, O daughters of Zion. That's gonna come to pass this time, man. You got it, bro.
That's the true H cost. You know, because they trying to play that. What do you call it? A victimization game.
Yeah, trying to
talking about the H cost. That's gonna be the H cost. Sacrifice by fire when Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom is back on again, and we're gonna set ablaze your ass, man.
Very good. And it says, I'm reading the top over that 118, and the house of Jacob should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame,
Northern and Southern kingdoms. You got it, bro.
and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Esau's gonna be done away with. We gonna completely wipe away that motherfucker, man. Ain't gonna be another Edomite walking around here. Cause see that he's known as the cancer of the earth. So under his bullshit, this is why everything is so jacked up. That's why we and the brothers was talking earlier. That's why women is so jacked up. Who created I'm gonna say Eminism? Who created that? Esau. Who created Moism? This dude. Who pushed out all these false idols? Him.
He's the reason why our families are broken up. And all of a sudden, we get mad at the black woman all we want, which of course she's to blame too, right? But who got in her head? The fucking serpent, man. It all stems back down to this man. He's the reason why we got to work. Our family's fucked up. We on child, whatever brother situations is. So this is why he got to get set on fire, man.
And with disease, a lot of these in the medical field, they really just address. They just do treatment, really. You know what I'm saying? They just treat the problem. The whole thing is really addressing the root cause of the problem. And that's what Esau Edom is. You know what I'm saying? That's why he has to be taken out, because he's ultimately the root cause of the problem. Like, it all stems back to him.
He corrupts everybody. That's all he does is corrupt things. You got it, bro.
Let me finish it out. It's an end of the verse. It says, "For the Lord has spoken it." Verse 19.
How he speak it? By his prophets.
Yeah.
So we're not saying anything new. We're speaking, thus saith the Lord. But this right here is this makes Christians, uneasy, especially vocab. All right, but this is how the Lord is speaking to man.
Verse 19. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
Yeah, all these allotted portions gonna be brought back to the nation of Israel. We all had separate parts of the land that we possessed. All the land of Canaan will be right back to the nation of Israel, man. That's what we're seeing happening now. Right, like I said before that. This mother got to get taken out of power. That's why we talk about Esau so much. Because once his kingdom goes down, then the righteous kingdom will be set up. That's why Esau so much. Because he's the main enemy of the Lord. He has to go down before our kingdom gets set up. See? So it can't be no two kingdoms. This guy got to go down.
Verse 20. Verse 20, and it says, "And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in the Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south."
So it ain't gonna be no heathens in our land. You go right. If you go try it, ultimately the land is all jacked up now. Heathen part of our land and everything, but that's all gonna be back to us. It's not gonna be no more heathens in our land no more. They in the Holy Land doing all types of abominations, man. You see, got bow days in the Holy Land. Come on, man. And they call themselves the people of the Lord. Well, according to prophecy, that's not gonna happen in the land when we get brought there. So we're gonna take all these nations out of our damn land, man. You got it, bro.
Verse 21, "And Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau."
Now, who's gonna be those saviors? That's the house of David. The house of David is gonna be that governing body. Yahweh God is the ultimate savior, but guess what? Who's gonna be the saviors with him? The house of David, the Yahweh God. And then to judge Esau. You the ruler, man. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. This is the last ruler before the Lord kingdom gets set up. And we understand that when the Lord kingdom gets set up, it's gonna be an everlasting kingdom. It's not gonna be no more. It's gonna be straight righteousness flourishing forever. The earth's gonna go back to the paradise Eden state. Yeah.
I got a quick precept for you. This is Luke 1:32. This is this is the angel talking to Mary. It says, "He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord power shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom shall be no end." Just backing up what you said earlier. Talking about how the kingdom is going to be established on planet Earth. We're going to take the dominion from these other heathen nations, and the rule of Yahweh Shemir is going to be established, just like it says there in Isaiah the 2nd chapter. Because they're going to come up to us to learn of our ways. Just like, they take our kids to school, whatever, and they teach them their ways. They're going to learn from us, And if they go up, what does it say in Psalms 2nd chapter? That we're going to beat them with a rod of iron. You got it.
God, that's in Revelation the 2nd chapter. We're gonna rule rigorously with Yahushua. It's not even gonna be Yahushua, because the governing body gonna rule with him. They said him that overcome it shall we give the matter of fact, that's why you get that Yahushua.
I'll actually Revelation 2 and
26.
Revelation 2 and 26. It says and this is red letter, by the way. So this is the Lord Yahweh Mashiach speaking. It says, "And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron."
Rigorously. You see, we're gonna rule these nations rigorously, like Yahushua will. We're gonna be following Yahushua. He's our head, and we're gonna be that whole body. We're gonna be a manifestation of that. Because really, we're that new temple. God's thinking it's gonna be a third temple. No, we're that temple. We're that spirit temple. We're gonna be a manifestation of the Lord on his side. You got it, bro.
Verse 27 again, "And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father."
Woo! Even as Yahushua received, we're gonna get the same thing.
That's that. What's that? 1 John. "That he shall be the firstborn among many brethren." That might be 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, but the concept. I got something from there because you had made that point about when the Lord comes back, it's not going to be it's like how I made this point yesterday at camp too. That's why I chuckled. But when the Lord comes back, bro, it's not going to be the other nations going to have their dominion, like how today you have these different countries, they have their different authority over the lands, so on and so forth. It's not going to be like that, man. When the Lord comes back, it says he's going to take the crowns off the heads of these kings. All right, this is Revelation chapter 19 and verse. I started 11. The point is in verse 12. It says, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True." Ultimately going into when Yahushua comes back with the holy heavenly host, man. All right, it says, and he had a name. I'm sorry. "And in righteousness he doth judge and make war." See, he's not coming to hand out cotton candy and roses and with a smile on his face. Nah, man, he's coming to when he was on the scene the first time, he came in that meek, humble estate. He had a mission that he had to accomplish. Same thing the second time around. He's got a mission he's got to accomplish, but it's going to be in a whole different type of manner. It's going to be in a different atmosphere. The end is synonymous with destruction, with woe. All of these things, it says in righteousness he does judge and make war, man. All right, but continuing on, verse 12, it says his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And just, quick point on that, that's not really going into, because we have the name, but it's just going to the rank and authority that Yahushua has. It's going to be established as, never before on the face of the earth.
Yeah, if I could say too, because you can link that with Revelation, the first chapter, or Isaiah, the 63rd chapter. Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bosra? They don't know, because his rank hadn't been established on it. People now they talk about they don't have to worship Yahushua. They're gonna be asking, who is this that's coming? Or these Christians that think the Lord is all, he love everybody. They're gonna be like, oh, who is this? Is he killing everybody? What's going on? Who's this? They don't know what Yahushua is, what he represents in general. And that, this is all this whole situation is for the controversy of Zion.
I'm sorry.
So I was gonna we had brought that up last night as well. Because like you mentioned, the Yahushua is not gonna come down, roll up to the UN, and sit amongst the you know, all them other leaders of the world, you know, and try to, hey, you know what, you know, we should try. No, man, he's gonna come down. He's gonna, you know, just put people to death.
Yeah.
He's gonna take the crowns. You know, that's why the brother brought that up. You know, on his head were many crowns, being what they took, taking dominion from these heathens, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. You got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, because right now the Lord is talking. You know, once the king gets on the scene, there ain't no fucking talking, man. You know, and the only way he talks is with his sword. That's why he says he's gonna plead with all flesh, you know, with that sword. I got a quick one just to land back on what y'all was talking about. Because right now, the masses, they don't know the characteristics, the personality, what he stands for, that name that you were speaking about. But they're gonna understand and know his name, or you know what he encompasses, right? Once he comes and judges. This is Isaiah 52:15 in the NLT. And he will startle many nations. Kings will stand speechless in his presence, for they will see what they had not been told. They will understand what they had not heard about. You see, so experience is the best teacher. The Lord is known by his judgments. See, right now, he's not known. Why? Because judgment for a long time has been kind of slack up on the earth, right? But the more these judgments get dished out, and ultimately till the judgment day comes, that's when he's going to be fully known. All right, his presence, that fear is going to be reestablished upon the planet Earth, man.
I was gonna add too, because it mentions, like I brought up Revelation the first chapter too, and when he was, you know, crucified, of course they put that crown of thorns upon him, right? Pretty much mocking him. And how do when the king kills somebody, or you know, in the ancient world specifically, they always used to mock the kings of the earth as well, by either wearing their crown or hanging them up as a symbol of, you know, outside the gate on a stake, you know. So it's gonna be that's why the Lord likens, you know, when he, you know, flips this place over, you know, breaks it down, right? It's gonna be a image for the people. They talk about that in Revelation the 18th chapter. How it's gonna be, you know, something for them to look at, you know. So the Lord is gonna make an example out of this place, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's partially to do too with him wearing those crowns, you know, going through that whole process and making the kings of the earth look foolish, man.
Yeah, go to Revelation 6 and like start verse 12.
Right here.
Oh, okay. You already got it.
Yeah. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12. It says, "And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood."
Hey, very quick on that, by the way, I skip the warriors. Lord come back, those ships are gonna be falling. Guess what? The chariots gonna be being raised alike. Everything's gonna be checked and up. The sky's it's gonna be big floods and clouds, it's gonna be all messed up. You got it, bro.
Right. The Lord don't have this type of intelligence on the earth via the ICBM missiles. You know, he didn't have this creation created for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be put to use. Verse 13, Revelation 6:13. "And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind."
That's how this is gonna be coming like that. The way they gonna come, and that's how, like, basically the prophets, they saw these visions, they described it, how they was able to see it. So that's what it looked like when they saw the visions of it. How the way the missiles gonna come. See, they gonna be. This place is gonna get 200 million. Hey man, Lord's gonna have this place get destroyed, man. A big lake of fire. For America to be as big as it is, you got places like Texas that's as big as the whole country itself. It's full of all these big ass places. All this is gonna be a lake of fire. What is the Lord gonna do for it to all be on fire? And, hey man, he's gonna bring these missiles, man. This technology, and then also the chariots, the heavenly fire.
Yeah, and then before all that too, man, all the death that's gonna be happening. You know, people gonna be running around. There ain't gonna be lights. At night time, it's gonna be like that time in Egypt, where people couldn't even see their hands in front of you couldn't see their hands in front of their face, man. You know, that goes into Jacob's trouble as well. You know, because these people, Edward saw the destruction, and what happened? He threw up. You know, it was so he must have seen something so horrible to where, imagine you get nauseous and you're like, you know, you throw up because it's so devastating. You know, you got
Back in Revelation 6 and verse 14, It says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Lord really gonna shake this mug right back, like the way the flood separate everything. Lord gonna shake this mug up again.
And it's so cool how it describes that the heavens are going, let's say, open up like a scroll.
Yeah, departed as a
It's
scroll.
part like a scroll, man. That's that bomb going off, man.
Yeah.
You know, that pushing away the clouds. You ever seen we've all seen them, you know, like in movies and shit. You know, the mushroom cloud. Yeah, that's right. You know, you got it.
And this links up with Isaiah the 34th chapter. This how you know that this destruction is linked directly to you fucking Edomites. You know, because we get this witness all throughout the scriptures. As we just quoted Isaiah 34, you know. And you get,
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
you get, you know, Ezekiel 38, Ezekiel 39. You know, destruction is coming for you Edomites. When you read in the, I said the brother got the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary over there. When you read in Edom, you know, the definition for Edom, it says the only nation that is promised no mercy from the Most High. So, it's the only nation, man. You were created to be rejected, man.
So they say that in Proverbs 16 chapter, the wicked was created for the day of destruction. He's created to be a vessel for dishonor, man. You know, straight up.
Back in Revelation 6, and I'll read 14 again. It says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Maybe they could have a good third chapter. You know, Lord, was thou displeased with the mountains? Was thou displeased with the rivers? The way things are going to be shaken up. Scripture talks about, I believe in Isaiah, that the earth shall ripple to and fro like a drunkard. So, verse 15, it says, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
See, you got like this trying to fit. They got bunkers, all types of shit. People gonna be trying to hide. Hey, ain't gonna be no hiding. Because guess what? Let's say somebody is not in America. Well, guess what? That's why the Lord has the fishers are gonna become hunters. They gonna come and hunt your ass down. That's that Psalms 149. Where we're gonna bind the kings and fetters of iron. So all these people that are in other nations, where you guys got the passport bros, all you guys. So everybody who think the so-called escape, hey, we're gonna come down and subject you to.
It's not gonna be like y'all ever play Fallout?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like Fallout. You know, they're gonna be inside the caves and those bunkers, wait 100 years and then rebuild. No, man. Like brother said, man, we gonna go in there and get them. You know, like this. They gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Get a Darth Vader power.
Verse 16, it says, Revelation 6 and 16, it says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
So this ain't talking about, like, you know, people think sweet Jesus gonna come back to love everybody. Nah, this is what the Lord is really gonna come back and do. The Lord is coming back to bring mass destruction, and the main destruction is gonna be Esau, Edom, and then guess what? All these other people who don't want to subject themselves to the Lord, they gonna get their ass fucked up too. It don't matter where you at. If you don't want to get with the program, you're gonna be destroyed. That's the time for your way.
This is Luke chapter 19, verse 27. You can say it says, but those my enemies, which would not that I should bring over them, bring me hither and slay them before me.
He said bring it hither, so that means he's gonna use his men to do that, man. You're gonna have us go in and go get all these people, and we're gonna be slain. Mm-hmm. The fishers becoming hunters, we quoted earlier. That's what we're getting ready to see. We're getting ready to see the saints of the Lord, the little ones. You know, people been scoffing, talking trash, looking down on us. Well, guess what? The Lord gives the lowly, and just like he dealt with David casting down how great Goliath was, nigga, with that, like over 10 feet, a big motherfucker, and with that rock. What King David, we slung that rock and slew his big ass. That's how Esau is. All these nations and Esau, they gonna be slain the same way. By who did they? By us, man. Lord will only be those men.
I got a precept.
Yeah,
because we kept emphasizing on the point how the Lord's gonna ordain men to go in and fish these people and pull them out the caves. This made me think about what Joshua did, right? To those 5 kings that was rebelling against them, right? When we were on our conquest to go into the land, right? Joshua's name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah, so it's an omen, right? And it all alludes into what Yahweh Shah is going to do. This is Joshua chapter 10 and verse 22. Then said Joshua, open the mouth of the cave, right? Those hiding places, and bring out those 5 kings unto me out of the cave. And they did so, and brought forth those 5 kings unto him out of the cave, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon. These are all, kings that were ruling in the land that the Lord had promised unto us. Right? It says, and it came to pass when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel. Right? These times are going to be for all the elect. The Psalms that, like you quoted, Psalm 149, is about to be activated. It says, and said unto the captains of the men of war, which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon the necks of them. And Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed. Be strong and of good courage. For thus shall the Lord Yahweh Bashemah do to all your enemies against whom you fight. And this is the part right here. And afterward Joshua smote them and slew them and hanged them on 5 trees. And they were hanging upon the trees until the evening.
Oh, did it say keep going, and then like he put his foot over him, and then they got back up and then just walked down the street and went to work the next day? Like, no, they slew them, right? So you niggas, man, that's getting that vain glory of just having an Edomite come kiss your boot, and that's a peasant, man, and a king. That's the true glory, and it's gonna be given through Yahweh because Joshua, he was pretty much the tribe of Ephraim, which was the head of the northern kingdom, right? But this Joshua, or Yahushua, is the tribe of Judah, which is the head of the whole kingdom, right? Which shows you that the Lord is he's a just balance, man. This Yahushua is coming to the head of the whole nation, man. To render unto them freedom, man. And that was the shadow of things to come.
And we would be hanging you Edomites. This time we're gonna have glorified bodies hanging your ass with glowing chains.
Those gonna be redder than Esau.
Back in Revelation 6, and I'll read verse 16 again. It says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Showing that, because obviously the Lamb represents the outside, so it's not coming back. Again, the hand out lollipops, cotton candy. It says the wrath of the Lamb. It says, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Hey, if you ain't, that's how it's gonna be. If you're not trying to get with this program, you're gonna be destroyed. If you don't want to submit and subject yourself into the reign, like you read in Luke 19, you're gonna be destroyed, man. That's plain and simple, straight and cut. The Lord is ready to destroy all powers against him, and that's that. And the main one is Esau, Edom, because the nation is getting the power from Esau. If Esau goes down, they go down. So that's the other reason why they don't really want Esau to go down, because they got all these pacts, and they're being made rich by Esau. So if Esau go down, they go down. Who the hell are they gonna be get all their merchandise gonna be sold to? You see, so they really don't want Esau to go down. So really, they're in league with him. Oh yeah, I got that Revelation 12. Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm right here already. Revelation,
God. What's 7? Then read it.
Revelation 12 and 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
Yep, and the dragon goes to the Roman Empire, which is the Ottoman Empire we're in right now. Michael is like the archangel of war. So who's gonna? It's read scriptures. We understand. The scriptures say that Yahweh and angels are going to come back in many scriptures. You read Revelation 14. It says the Lamb and the angels. Matthew 24 speaks on how Yahweh and angels are going to gather together the elect. So when it's saying Michael, Yahweh going to be there too. So Esau is going to be trying to prevail against the Lord ultimately. He's not going to be able to win.
I said 2 Corinthians 13, and yet there's fight. Yeah. Although they're going to be in terror by what they see coming from the heavens, they still going to try to fight.
Yeah, like Elder RL made a point about that a few years ago. It was a long time ago. Esau would be in an army out there fighting wars, whatever, and they'd be scared as hell,
Yeah.
But they still, they'll be with their guns like this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're scared, but they still gonna fight, We're gonna put the spur on them to still keep going, he saw that, the young white boys, they'd be like scared as fuck, but they're still but still jump out there because you know.
Nigga duck in the cover, he just and he just shoot it.
He has M16.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't have no choice. They ain't getting no scholarship, so they're like, fuck, I gotta go to the army. They wasn't ready.
Well, just like imagine that situation that just happened a couple weeks ago in Miami, and then they pulled up. I mean, imagine, I don't know, we don't know, of course, it could have been they seen an apparition, but getting that call, or, we got these beings coming, and then 12 just pull up. What the hell? They the whole way thinking they're like, bro, if it's some bullshit, I ain't hopping out this car, bro. You got it, like, you know what I'm saying? But you see how many police officers pulled up.
Army.
They were scared, but they just pulled up. You know what I'm saying? They gonna fight. When they get that call, what they gonna do? You signed up for this shit.
He said, "I'll tell you to shoot."
Yeah.
You know what? If I'm add too, that's why niggas got a damn space force. Well, army goddamn space. Right. Sound like all this shit they be trying to mess with. They be trying to find chariots and stuff. Hey, all these saw in the military might gonna be destroyed this time.
So that made me think about that scene in Black Adam when Black Adam he was conjured up, and it's like at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers they were scared because they still shooting. They were just getting more afraid. Like they said, your magic is useless.
Yeah.
Back in Revelation 12, I'll read verse 7 again. It says, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven."
All these damn their space force and all them satellites, all this shit is gonna be taken down. And then this man's rulership is gonna be brought down.
Yeah, like that movie Independence Day. Esau had the what do they call it? What do they call it back then? F-14s, F-15s, whatever. They're gonna have them like in that movie, and they're gonna be wiped out. We went into this last night too. It's gonna be a no contest. Like they gonna try and follow a chariot with a fucking raptor or whatever the hell they're called. You know what I'm saying? That's that war in heaven. It's not talking about Satan up there with you, and then he talking to an angel. Hey, bro, you need to rebel, man. I thought they were, what I'm saying? They're not up there negotiating with themselves, talking about rebelling against the Lord. That's talking about future prophecy, man. Christians will tell you, well, there you go. That's where Satan fell from heaven. You know what I'm saying? And they'll bring out Isaiah 14, which is completely off. This is talking about a war between a man and the Lord, man. The man that rules over the planet today, you got it.
Yeah, just to substantiate your point, that word heavens in the Greek is sorry, I lost it. Yeah, that word heaven in the Greek is Strong's G3772. Uranos. It says the vaulted expanse of the sky, the aerial heavens or sky. So it's just going into the waters and take place.
That's right, the water. And if you keep reading, it also mentions Yahushua coming back, which that's the cut to that. So you're telling me Yahushua, if that happened back then, if Satan actually rebelled against the Lord, what is Yahushua doing there? You got it.
I'll jump back.
Okay.
Revelation 12:9, it says, "And the great dragon was cast out."
It says great, just like Babylon the Great. This how you got these things tied in. You see that because Esau is looked at as a great nation. That's who it's talking about. Because like the way the Assyrian, you could go into Nahum the 3rd chapter. The way the Assyrian military, the way it was looked at, it applies that to being America, man. How America is. It's a great nation. Everybody wants to be like it. Okay.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan.
Yeah, this is not talking about his brothers. Not talking about the physical being Satan. He up in swinging swords and power. So that's not what it's talking about, man. When you go into these words, that ultimately reincarnations in the scriptures. Now that spirit of the serpent, he's in the form of Esau Edom now, and he's coming out and deceiving everybody because devil means to be a deceiver. And Satan goes into this means be adverse. That's why Yahushua called Peter Satan, because Peter didn't want to let Yahushua get taken up. You see, he spoke one of the dudes. And Yahushua said, "Get behind me, Satan." That means it means adversary. So Anybody can be an adversary or enemy. But this is right here is talking about Esau Edom. But he's literally a man created who the Lord to be the Lord's enemy. To be adverse to the scriptures. It says he's the border of wickedness. Malachi 1st chapter.
I got it on the back of the
Oh yeah.
Real quick, yeah, that's right. Because it mentioned that old serpent. Because that serpent grew like the apostle, I think, Tahar. Yeah. He had mentioned that it's grown into a big giant dragon beast with all these heads, 10 heads and 7 horns, and even bigger now, because when it talks about the 10 horns, the 10 heads and 7 horns, it was lesser at that time. Now it's like that. What is that monster? The Hydra. They cut off his head and then more grow. It's Esau has grown into that Hydra with this monster. You know what I'm saying? So now he has that hold on the whole world, man. Nobody can escape that. That's why it's for us to save ourselves is impossible. We need Yahushua to come back. That's the only way we're gonna be able to be delivered from this place.
You got the divine intervention.
You remember that movie where they had that secret council and it was called Hydra?
Yeah.
Pretty much, and it was like they was working.
Captain America.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Captain America. Well, hey, that's a spirit right there. Captain America. America. They linked that secret society with Hydra, but they pretty much was playing all. They had their people or their associates on both sides, controlling all narratives of it. This Hydra was under the name of pretty much Shield. Yeah, under Shield.
That was a heavy movie. That was actually a heavy movie. That movie went to a lot.
Isn't there a timeline where Captain America was part of Hydra too?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, they'll show you. And we in that time of villain. Ever since 2020 and that incident happened, you have the 2020 vision. They've been showing you more and more, and it's really the Lord. The Spirit of the Lord has been revealing things. The Lord showing everybody what's going on, man.
That's the spirit that goes right into the precept that I had. 2 Thessalonians, going into the point about Satan, in Revelation, the 12th chapter, not necessarily being, that ultimately he has the spiritual demon Satan has a physical counterpart on the earth. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 8, the point is in verse 9. It says, "And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming," going to the Lord, revealing things through his servants, the prophets, man. It says, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders." So just, adding to the point.
Yeah, it's like it says in Isaiah 14. Is this the man that made the world to tremble? Talking about Esau, man. Yeah.
If you can you read the second, was it 3rd verse?
2 Thessalonians?
Yeah, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Okay. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means."
Next verse. It's the one that the man is saying things like
That's
that.
the 3rd verse.
Oh, 3rd verse.
Yeah.
That's it.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first,
It's about the day of the Lord.
and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
Oh yeah, man of sin, actual person. it's the man of sin. I thought Satan was supposed to be a demon. It says the man of sin, so it's talking about actual person. And we actually go into that word. It actually says it. It calls him a man. When we go into that word. You got it, bro.
You want me to jump back?
Okay, we jump back to verse 9.
Okay. Revelation 12 and 9 again, it says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Shaitan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him."
It's talking about his whole rulership. It's all his military. This is going to happen when Yahushua returns. Yahushua is going to return and take down this great dragon. Everybody following Esau. Esau got military bases everywhere.
Right.
He got everybody down with everybody different facts. These nations ain't gonna be shit if America go down. But that's how strong of a yoke Esau has with everybody. But the Lord's gonna take down all of that. You got it, bro. Revelation 18.
Right, because this is why this place is also known as the land of traffic. Because America's the number one consumer nation. So everybody dead over here. This place destroyed. Well, how these other countries gonna be making their money? You know, Revelation 18 chapter. That's why they're going to be looking at this place afar off, you know, crying, bewailing her, seeing the smoke of her torment and sin. Man.
Yeah, that's right. Because like you mentioned, Revelation 18. If we keep reading, it goes into the shipmasters of whom he's watching too. Because what's the biggest mode of transportation for all those goods? You know, those freight ships.
Back in Revelation 12 and 10, it said, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength, in the kingdom of our power."
This is when the dominion of the Lord is gonna be set up. When Esau's kingdom gets destroyed. You got it, bro.
And that proves that ain't nobody fucking saved yet. What are these Christians talking about? Right? After the born in heaven, after Esau brought down, now comes salvation. You know? So that's true salvation when you Edomites are brought out of power and the Israelites are being redeemed.
That's right. Revelation 12 and 10 again, it says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night."
And that's what Esau has been doing. Esau trying to basically Esau put all his evils and wickedness on us so they can be like, see, look what they're doing. They're not servants to the Lord, but the Lord has set up a remnant that's not gonna bow down to Esau either. They're not gonna be deceived by that and take the Quran, but they're not gonna be caught by following Esau. Because Esau trying to take he wants to take us down. He knows that the Lord dealing with us, but he's trying to like basically make it to where, oh, see, look, they're doing this, they're doing it. They took the Quran to where we can't make. He want to bring us down with him, but that's not gonna happen because the elect is gonna still make it regardless. You can get the next verse, John.
Back something for you on that point. It's Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 7. I was just looking at that script. It says, and all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord Yahweh Shai, the hope of their fathers.
Amen. That's what we're getting ready to see, man. This place is gonna get everything that is done is just gonna receive that judgment for it. It's gonna have to somebody how be moved on a prank, so they go and order all them damn drinks. They be like, hey, you gonna pay for it? That little trend. So he started getting all this wickedness, all this evil, and he thinking that he ain't gonna have to pay for that stuff. I was my forefathers. That was, trying to throw it out of the way, but no, that tab is all the way filled up. That's why it says sins reach up to the heavens. Now they gotta get that judgment for it. And we're seeing that happen now. Al-Shah's gonna return. He's gonna subject these motherfuckers. They're gonna receive the punishment for all the evils they did to the nation of Israel.
Yeah, we went into that as well last night. Because some brother made a point that the Esau today will say, well, that was our forefathers back then. But then a brother brought that scripture that says that they'll blame of having an ungodly father, roughly paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? But if you go back to what in Ezekiel, no, not Ezekiel, in Exodus, it talks about how the son must pay for the sins of the father, man. Showing you that these motherfuckers that are living, walking around here today, man, they gotta pay for what they did back then. Which goes back with the brother that I mentioned earlier, reincarnation. Yeah. They all back here today. All them slave masters and everything that whooping people, putting Israel to death, making them go through child slavery. They all back here today, man, and they all gonna have to pay for all those things. Brother mentioned Revelation the 18th chapter, for her sins that reached unto heaven.
You went in verse 11.
That would go. Verse 13 and like 9 and 10.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 9 and 10. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
This beast that we're going into, that's what that old serpent transformed to this big ass beast. That has got this evil multiplied onto everybody, man. It's done all this wickedness. This beast is gonna get judged. We're hastening and coming to this beast getting judged for all the captivity that it brought amongst the nation of Israel by Esau, the sword, all the destruction. This is what we're waiting on, man. As brothers is going into, that's what the saints are looking forward to, man. So that's one of our main focuses. But that was one but yeah, hey, the point was made, man. Esau, Edom's kingdom has to be destroyed before the Lord sets up his kingdom. So that's why you have guys that will say, right, Esau so much, because this is the main kingdom that got to get destroyed for the Lord to set up his kingdom. This is it. This is the last, this is the time of the Gentiles fully playing out.
So like, if I could make one more point, because it says, second Ezra, there's the earth had 12 parts, and the 10th part had already passed, and then the half of the 10th or something, roughly paraphrasing. So imagine back then, it was already a quarter way or halfway towards the 11th part, So during that time, and then you still had that whole timeline even until now, man. So imagine which part we're in, man. What is that? A 12 of the 32th part left. I'm talking shit, but we're already towards the end, man. We're at the end of the end, like the apostles always mention. You got it.
God,
I can finish with because you have made that was a beautiful point you made about the time of the Gentiles being fulfilled. How this kingdom, America, is basically like the embodiment of that. Considering America is the so-called melting pot, of the world. All the nations from all over the planet Earth have came here to basically live it up and celebrate the destruction of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So it's actually very beautiful the way Yahweh Shah arranged this. You know what I mean? Like all the heathen that did all that. Your history goes into what they did. But they've all been gathered to this place to be destroyed. This Isaiah 25 verse 1 and 2. It says, "O Lord, thou art my power, I will exalt thee. I will praise thy name, for thou hast done wonderful things. Thy counsels of old are faithfulness and truth." Verse 2, this is the point. It says, "For thou hast made of a city a heap, of a defense city a ruin, a palace of strangers to be no city. It shall never be built." And that's the point. That palace of strangers is talking about America. Through the Spirit. And like it says earlier in that verse, this place is going to be made a heap. Basically going into be made a pile of fucking rubble. So the Lord finna blow this place in the rings. But I just want to get that.
God, yeah.
This is Psalms 20 and 8 in the NLT. Psalms 20 and 8 in the NLT. Those nations will fall down and collapse, but we will rise up and stand firm. Give victory to our King, O Yahweh Bashmal Shah. Answer our cry for help.
That scripture that Rock just brought out remind me of a certain scripture where the Lord said, how we was putting shame in front of the heathen around about us. But the Lord, He's gonna come back and lift us up, right? And we ain't gonna be ashamed no more, right? So, that's the transition that we're in right now, right? And then it takes time, We all are in the process of Yahweh Shah's time, not on our own time, all right? And we can't be puffed up on our own knowledge to want to say, "Oh, it's this time for the Lord to come in my time, all in that." It ain't like that, man. The Lord's gonna fulfill what he had planned from the beginning before the world was his time, man. Even our mediator, Yahweh Shah, he don't know the time, man, and that's real. He gotta wait for Yahweh's word too, man. Even the angels up there, they suffering too. They waiting patiently from the word from Yahweh, man. Okay.
You get yours.
Now this is 2 Ezra chapter 4. I'm just getting the point. This is it's the end of the 29 with the point. It says, "Therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down. If the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot come that it was sown with good." So like you always bring up, Esau, why we call it Esau split, because the kingdom of Yahweh Shai can't come unless Esau gets uprooted. The land back off your point.
God, I got one more. Like it could take a little further said earlier. I'm gonna get this last one, then we're gonna close out. It's Lamentations chapter 4. And I'm gonna get verse 21 and 22. And it reads, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz." It's basically like mocking Esau. have your fun, boy. Because they're basically showing his time is up. It says, "The cup also shall pass unto thee, thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. That shame is only brought into them, man. Also, Esau going to have to go in and get that punishment. You're going to get that whooping, that well-deserved whooping that you, because we got our whooping, and everybody was rejoicing. Everybody was all having fun. Like, yeah, we got these niggas down on that crafty council. You see, but now the Lord's going to visit them for all the stuff they've done to the nation of Israel. You see, that's why the day of the Lord going to be upon all you nations, because y'all all played a part.
Yeah, Lazarus the rich man. He asked Abraham, to put that cool upon his tongue, lighten the burden. Nah, in the kingdom, bro, you gonna get your ass beat, Esau.
Okay, yep, this verse 22. The punishment of non-iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So the time period of us being captives, being in our punishment is over. Now it's time for Esau to get his ass whooped. Now it's time for us to get that's him. That's all these nations, man. Right? It says he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So now we're in a time period of Esau's sins being discovered, which reached into the heavens, like brothers going into verse 18. So once Esau gets that judgment and his kingdom goes down, that's when the Lord's kingdom gonna be set up. We're in the time period that happens. God, Lord willing, this is edifying. We like to end off by saying, call hello. Delbar, City of Apostle Elders, Great Millstone, Roots as well. So next time, come back, Shalom.
Shalom.
I got a preset now.